Just a recap. There are three ways we can do this. Either we are linking to an external source, we are linking to a page within our document, to a page, a section of our document, or a page within our web pages. So let's start with linking to external source. Like I want to create a link of Facebook, the kite one, to probably where one can purchase it when it is clicked on. So I have to use anchor elements. So the anchor element is what you use to create a link. So element is simply in plus a and it enter. So it has this href, which stands for hyperlink reference. So it's an attribute. So it will take the link of where the book, of where the link you want it to send it to when it has been clicked. And I can simply come here and just take a link to this Amazon site, copy the link, and close it so I can see that's the to where the book can close it, down with it. So then I will paste the link inside there. So I can see the link out. So the anchor element is meant to enclose that text, the title. So, but if I still see here, see that it is not enclosing anything. So I can simply remove the closing tag text, cut it out, and put it after this. So by saving it, you can see I've created a link to it. One good attribute I can always add to my hyperreference or anchor element is called a title attribute. So title attribute creates a hover text whenever the text is being, the link is being hovered. So I can call it the kite runner Amazon. So this helps visually impaired people or screen readers to read what the link is all about. So now when I hover on it, I can see the kite runner Amazon there. So whenever I click on this link, definitely it's going to open that link for me. So that is fine. So one thing else you notice is that since this is an external site, most times it's advisable that when you're opening a link, especially for links that are external, I should allow them to open a new tab and not to close my main page. So to do that, I have to include another attribute called targets. So targets is target set by default, but I can tell it to target blank, which is target underscore blank. So by saying target blank, it means now that when I click on this tab, it's going to create another tab instead of closing my main page. So you can see I still have my main page here and I have this tab open here. So that is just an easy way of making a reference. And you have seen that a reference can have anchor elements, can have the href, and it also have a title. Then I give it a target if I need to give it a target. So that is it for when you want to link something external. So what if I want to link something within my web page? Like let's say I want to create a link to something like maybe this readme file here. Like when I click on it, it should open the readme file. Okay, so I can create, let's just create a text there, another place for it. So I can look at something like a paragraph and say for more information, check the okay, let me just put the anchor elements. No problem. Check the weight bar. Now, notice what I did. I did not say for more information, click here to the text you make your anchor element is very, very important. So let me just link this. I say dot slash. I will now look at it. Okay, let me just select this. I can see the README file is here. I select the README file. Now again, I don't want to go over doing all this, but just remember what you said. That this is going to, okay, fine. You can see it here. For more information, check the README file. So when I click on this README file, it's going to open the README file for me to have access to. But README file is not like a normal file you can just read. That you can only read it with the help of it's actually a readme.md file, so it's not a normal file. So let's find the normal file that we can read. So let's quickly create a normal file that we can read. It's fine. So let me just take whatever that is inside that README file. Okay, this README file is actually empty. So let me take this very README. So the README file I selected is an empty one. So let me look at the one that is not empty. Okay, so dot slash choose this. Choose foundation. I don't have anything here. I have this. Okay, let me just choose this. I don't know. So when I click on this, is okay. Pause this. So can you see that? So see, this thing seems to appear here now. Okay, so let me go to the file. I just created a file called test.php.html. I will do something here. I just want this to appear the way it is. So there's an element called pre. So pre normally respects white spaces. So the way this appears is the way it's going to appear here. Okay, so it's going to respect it and make sure that this appears the way I want it to appear. So again, clicking on README file, I click on it, I will see the file appearing. So this is linking within my web page among the pages that I have. Also know that I did not do something here. I will not keep doing it. So just for the sake of this class, I also omitted title. Also know that the title is very important. I say README file. So this means when I move on to text, I will have that title showing me there when the text is over the README file, which is what I put on the title. So this is how you can link within the different pages of your document. So let's look at document fragmentation, which is linking different sections of your page. You've already seen it in something like this now. Let's maximize this page. This whole part of this hyperlink document is within this page. So if I click on email linking, it will take me down to email within the same page. If I click on this, it will take me here. If I click on this, it will take me here. So this is still within my page. So how do I create a link that falls within my page? Okay. So quickly, the best way to go about it is let's populate our page here so that when we are clicking, we actually see things from this. So I'm going to remove all this and then populate our page. You can say section greater than H2. This H2 is going to have the text. Call it chapter dollar. This in turn is to 5. I hope you are with me. That's 5. After this, you have a paragraph that says so this is saying chapter 1, chapter 2, and everything. So you can actually see what they do. Okay, so looking at this page now, I actually noticed that my section has been populated throughout this page. So one thing I neglected doing here, I'm going to go back. I want the section to have an ID because it is the ID that it will use to target it. So let me just go back here and include an ID here. So to include an ID, I can say hash ID, I can call it parts dollar. So per dollar will make it possible for it to repeat itself. Okay. So you can see it has part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. So what this ID does is ID is a unique identifier. It's a unique identifier. I cannot use it. I cannot have the same ID more than once. So as I have part 1 now, I cannot have any other place that is called part 1 as an ID. So what we are doing now is called document fragmentation. Okay, fine. So let me say this part 1 is video, courses, articles, based, just like what I have here. So instead of saying chapter 1, I can call it videos. I can call this articles. I can call this what is the next thing? I have services, I have courses, I have projects. Courses, projects, and actually services. Okay. So coming back here, you can see it has been changed to that. So it is all these my headings that is going to happen. So I have another one called contacts. Which one am I missing? I have articles, services, courses. Okay, I have contact. So I will better duplicate this section. And I will now call it part 6. So I call it contacts. Okay, so I have all of them here now. Okay. So now I have to create a fragment of that to this point. So, but I need to also know the names that are given there. Part one is video. Okay. So I will go to the link where I said video and I will say hash part one. Okay. And then 6 is contact, 5 is services. Part 4 is projects, part 3 is courses. Definitely article should be part 2. So if you look here, you can see that article is on ID part 2. So to reference an ID, I use an hash to reference an ID. Okay. So when I save now coming back here to this link, you know this is a link. So this is a link. So coming here, if I click on projects, it will take me down to projects. If I click on services, it will take me down to services. If I click on contact, take me down to contact. As far as it is the ID of that section. So this is called document fragmentation. Now, another thing you need to note about document fragmentation is you can even link it to an external source. Okay, let's say I go back to my test.html, and let's say for my test.html, I want to link to projects, which in this case, the project part is part 4. Okay, now see what I will do. I can do something like this here. Let's say P. And say something like C to elements, projects done. So this see the project we have done is this. So I come here, I see dot slash index.html, which is this, and I will say hash part 4. So it means if I'm here and I click on this, mind you, this is on test.html. If I'm on this test.html, then I click on this text projects we have done, it's going to go into index.html and go straight to part 4. It will not start from the home page, it will go straight to part 4 and do this thing for us. So let's see that. Okay, I don't have a link taking me to this thing here. Okay, fine. Let me just run this guy on live server. So I'm here now. You can see the project we have done. If I click on it, it will take me down to see the way it entered index.html and went straight to their section where I have project. If I had not included part 4 as part 4 here, it would have taken me to what? To the home page. It would have taken me straight down here. But the fact that I included this means there is a fragment of this index.html that I want it to take me to. And that is what it has taken me to. Yeah. Yes, that's what it should be, because this is where I want it to take me to. It's not that when the person, if I had not included it and then the person clicks, if he's not here, and I just say index.html now, okay, and you click, it will take you, okay, fine, I've not refreshed the page. So I refresh it. So it will take me to the home page here. But by including that there, I click, it's going to take me to that section of that page. So document fragmentation is very important that we get awareness around it. Okay, so that is it on link. We have seen how we can link to an external source. We have seen how we have linked to the different pages in our document. We've also seen how we can link to the different sections of our document. So another thing about links again is email linking. So probably we discussed that one.